Hello, guys. Hello, guys. How's it? Sandile here. Guy who lives on top of the hill and gardens on top of the hill. I'm inside my enclosure. You can hear the monkeys moving around the tree, the avocado tree, making a lot of noise there. Which is why we have this thing. Which is why we have this enclosure here with the netting to prevent them from coming in here and stealing my stuff or our stuff. But still, sometimes they manage to come through. Either they open a hole or they do whatever they do, and we still are surviving and pushing. Anyways, I wanted us to talk about how do you rejuvenate your soil? How do you make sure that your soil is in constant good condition for you to keep producing your food and to benefit your crops so that your crops benefit you. How do you make sure that whatever you plant on that soil will come out nutritious without you having to add chemical fertilizers and all those things that are out there in the world? I don't know how you do it, but I'll show you how I do it. With almost everything that we consume in my house, there is no waste. Whatever we can eat, I put it on the plastic bags. You won't see the plastic bags now because I've taken everything out, but I'll show you. I put it on the plastic bags, put it on the bags. So plastic bags, the big ones that you get from the supermarket. And then once the bag is full, or before it's even full, I put the bag on my deep freezer. It stays there until it's full, another one. So until they are taking a lot of space in my deep freezer and I can't have them there anymore, or it so happened that it coincide with the fact that just like what has happened now, that I've harvested and there's a raised bed that is free that needs to be worked on the soil, then I take them out, I use them, and then of course it becomes my deep freezer will have a space and the raised bed will have renewed and better soil to produce for us. Okay, so I'll show you just now how I do this, and I'll explain. Well, I kind of sort of like, I think, explain that why I'm doing it so that I keep the soil good enough to produce, good enough for the crops, plants, veggies that I'll plant there, and make sure that they are nutritious enough or they have much nutrients without me having to put in chemicals, you know. So let me show you what I do, and then I'll explain why I do it. This is what I do. All of this was in plastic bags. All of this. All of that was in plastic bags. All of that. Let me see if you can see. Yeah, you can see it's frozen. Has a little bit of ice, you know. So that's what I do with whatever that we're not eating, that we throwing out and whatever. I put it on the bags, put it on the freezer, and I come and I lay it like this. I do this on all my beds. There's a video of me doing it on those two beds there when I first put them up there, install them. I do this, and once I've done this, I'll add this, which is chicken compost or chicken manure. Once I've added the chicken compost or chicken manure, then I'll add a layer of my own compost there, which is there, you know. Add a layer of it on top and leave it for at least 2 weeks. Why 2 weeks? 2 weeks is good enough for the food to break down, and the worms, there's worms here, for the worms to go through whatever they go through, and also all the other insects, because there's also a whole lot of other insects in here on these raised beds that will be eating them. And then in return, the worms, the insects and whatever, after they've eaten and they are full and their bellies are packed up, they are going to poop and wee on my soil, and in that way benefits the soil, and the soil will benefit my plants, and my plants will benefit myself and my family. So it's a cycle that goes around and around, just like that. So also what it does, it keeps the soil quite very, very, very good, as you can see. Wait, on the soil without, you see, this is how my soil is like. As you can see, it is alive, it's beautiful, it's draining, and all that, you know. So that's why I do this every, each and every, no, wait, English sometimes runs away from me. After every harvest, yes, after each and every harvest, this is what I do, just to make sure that the soil is good and the soil has been worked on, so that the next crop of veggies, plants that will put on also gets the best possible environment to grow on, you know. And you might wonder why there's a lot of corn stalks on the floor here. All these corn stalks here, it's the corn that was growing here that we are busy enjoying now in the house. I pull them out here, I dump them here. Why I dump them here? Because I also want the soil here to be as good as the soil there. And what they do also, they help me with suppression of the weeds here. But mainly, I want them to break down here, feed the soil, so that if anything like this berry here, what is it called? Gooseberry here, which is self-seeded, happens to grow, you know, it finds good soil and it can grow and we can enjoy it. Yes, so that is why I am doing this, and this is why in my house we have no waste in terms of food that goes to the what you call landfill. We don't put any food scrap or any sort of food into the rubbish bin. It all comes back. It's a full circle like that, you know. If you look at this pepper plant here, you can see how beautiful it is. It's green and all that. This pepper plant, this is its second year now producing like this. I had to clamp it back, or yes, prune it back. Where is this? I don't know. You can see the prune. Yeah, there. I had to prune it there and somewhere, and then it grew these new shoots, and it's producing. Why? Because the soil is good. Because the soil is fantastic, you know. So let me carry on doing this, and I'll show you once I've covered it with a layer of compost, and then we'll add a bit of water just to keep it damp and leave it at that and let nature do its job. As I have explained, this is how I keep my soil up to good and good enough for the plants, so that the plants are good enough for me and my family. You can use this tip as well if you have time to do what I'm doing, or maybe you can share how you use your food scraps for, or how you do it. I know other people, what they do a compost pile. That also I do, but I find that to be too laborious. Yeah, something like that. I hate working hard, so to put it in short, I prefer to work smart. Instead of me creating a compost pile, doing that there, I do it here exactly where I'm gonna plant, because if I do it there on my compost bins, I still have to take the compost there or the compost there, bring it here, lay it over here, you know the story. So yeah, it depends. Unless, of course, like I said, we are in the middle of the season, all the beds have packed up with plants. Plants are still growing, they're producing, and my deep freezer is running out of space, and I don't know what to do, or I have nowhere to put the food scraps. Then I take the food scraps, I put them on my compost bins, and I cook them on a compost in that fashion or in that way. I hope that this video was informative, helpful for you. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like it, share it, and by doing so, a lot of other people with the same mind as you and I will get to see it and benefit from it. I am out.